Every holiday starts with a journey, but I don't think any of us were quite prepared for the journey that we had getting to Fuerteventura. It was a flight with a little bit of, well, everything. So alright, here we are at Manchester Airport, Terminal 2, ready to go. Bags are checked, we're through security, and I have to start by giving a massive shout out to the Jet2 assisted travel team. Honestly, they were absolutely incredible, so helpful, so efficient, and they made the whole pre-flight process completely stress-free. If you're ever in need of assistance when flying, please do not hesitate to use the service, they are genuinely amazing. Now it's time to find our gate and get this holiday started. Our ride for today's flight is Jet2 flight Lima Sierra 997, which is a Boeing 737-800 with registration 9 Alpha-Lima Alpha Bravo. It's always fun to see the specific aircraft you're flying on. Okay, the doors are closed. We've pushed back and takeoff should be any minute now. The weather in Manchester is pretty good, to be honest, but I can't wait for that Canary Islands sunshine. Now let's get ready for takeoff and listen to the purr of them CFM 56-7B engines. 3, 4, 5. Qatar's going out in front of us, Eve. On EasyJet. So there's the Qatar. Them in front. There we go. There we go. 40%, and then they push full whack. Just like that, we're up and away. Goodbye UK skies, hello, fingers crossed to total sunshine. Climb out was super smooth and we settled in for pre-4.5 hour flight, or so we thought.
now, but please stay seated for a bit longer until the seatbelt signs are turned off, and stay buckled up when you're in your seats. Don't forget, smoking and vaping are not allowed in any part of the plane, including the toilets. And be careful when opening overhead lockers, as things might have been moved around. It won't be long until we deliver your famous friendly in-flight service. If you pre-ordered food, we'll serve you first. In the meantime, take a look at the tasty treats and refreshing drinks in our menu. We've got loads of on to offer, so see what takes your fancy, and we will be pleased to
all the flaps. So I was into the flight just as we're heading towards the Bzy of Biscay and the tip of northern West Spain. It began a slow continuous turn. Seatbelt sign and the captain bell chimes. Good afternoon ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If you look out of your right side of your window, you might see rather some dramatic looking weather ahead. We have a line of severe and developing thunderstorms directly in our flight path, and for your comfort and safety we are going to be diverting our course significantly to the west to fly around the worst of it, so we may get a little bit of a bumpy ride, hence why the seatbelts are on, and can all cabin crew and passengers please return to their seats. Hopefully this will not affect our arrival time, as we have made great progress aided by a good tailwind. We'll have you on the ground in Fuerteventura as soon as we can. Well, okay, so a little bit of in-flight drama, and as you can see, the thunderstorms were absolutely beautiful. You can actually see how nasty it looked over there, and there were supercells topping out at around 36,000 feet. We was travelling at 37,000. A bit of a detour. After our scenic detour around the storm, we finally saw it. The added volcanic landscape of Fuerteventura. Descent began, and as we got lower, I could really feel the famous Fuerteventura wind. You can definitely feel that crosswind now as we're on final approach. It's nothing major, and the pilots are obviously tough pros, but it's making for a little bit of a bumpy ride. And here we go, touchdown, really firm but positive landing, and then came the noise. Wow, that is the loudest reverse thrust I think I've ever heard in my life. You can feel it vibrating through the whole of the plane. We're definitely hitting the brakes hard on that one. We are officially on the ground. What a flight that was. And just like that, it was over. Diversion, window landing, and the loudest reverse thrust ever, but we made it no problem. Jet 2 got us here safe, holiday could finally begin. So that was our eventful journey to get here. Now the real adventure starts. I'm going to be putting out a full series on our time in Fuerteventura, shot with the gear that showed you in my last video. So make sure you are subscribed, and I'll put a link to that video up here somewhere in the corner so you don't miss it, and also in the description below. Have you ever had a dramatic flight, a diversion, severe turbulence, a scary landing? Please do let me know in the comments below. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the sun for part 3 of our Fuerteventura trip. Cheers, out.